This week on Storyboard, we take you to the press briefing of WPP's annual board meet where we caught up with Sir Martin Sorrell, founder and CEO WPP. We also caught up with Carter Murray, Global CEO FCB, and spoke to him about FCB's plans for India. And on this week's notice board, we find out how Tata Salt is saying, "Sawal kijiye apne namak se." Hello and welcome to Storyboard. This is Shibani Gharat. WPP conducts an annual board meet with a few of its top executives from the company, and this year this event was hosted in Delhi. On the sidelines of this event, we caught up with Sir Martin Sorrell, founder and CEO WPP, and spoke to him about his outlook for business in India.
I remain very optimistic about India. Maybe that's because the rest of the world is in a fairly tough place. I mean, if I'm looking at our industry, I think there's a lot of pressure in the industry from various perceived sources. I underline the word perceived because I don't think we know what the reality will be. I mean, you know, some of the questions are, firstly, you know, are Facebook and Google going to eat our lunch? To which I personally think the answer is no, because if we look at the relationships that we've managed to build, I'm talking about WPP here now with Google and Facebook. Google is our #1 destination for media investment. We manage a media book of about $75 billion worldwide, and the #1 destination or investment for our clients is now Google. The number 2 would be what I would call the Murdoch Nexus, which of course includes Star in the Indian market, and the number 3 was Facebook. This is for 2016. For 2017, I would project again Google at #1, at just under sort of about $6 billion. I would say the Murdoch Group, including Sky, would be probably around 2.25. Facebook will be roughly the same. It will be interesting to see whether Facebook achieves in our books the second position. So they'll be second or third. So that's a sort of general picture. As to India, if I look at our business, when I was last here, I was hoping that we would break through the $600 million revenue basis, putting it, you know, crudely in those terms, which we did. This year, we went through the 600. We will not reach, I think, 700 million this year, but I think we will do next year, the revenue, and that's a considerable achievement, you know, to all our businesses here. If I look at the brands here, I think they're all doing pretty well. There's always room for improvement. I remain an Indian bull. I'm not an Indian bear. Has GST or demonetization posed issues or problems? I guess the answer is yes. I mean, you know, from our conversation and other conversations, people point to the administrative burden of both and the disruption that has caused. But I think naturally when you have legislative change, which brings about significant social change, you are going to get disruption. You know, short-term pain for long-term gain. People's view of India is one of, you know, progressive change and a country that is on the move.
Storyboard editor Ant Rangaswamy also spoke to Sir Martin Sorrell on his plans for Cannes 2018 and why should people come to WPP Stream.
As we've said, has become too expensive, too complicated, and lost its central purpose. We've laid out for them what we think they should do. As the Prime Minister and the EU would say, the ball is in their court. WPP Stream has been a remarkable invention, if we can call it, or innovation. We bring together clients, we bring together new media owners, and we bring together our people. So we usually have at Stream events about 350, 400 people, and they're equally represented in those 3 constituencies. So the reason you should come is to find out the latest developments in the digital area. That's the latest innovations, ideas, entrepreneurs, thoughts, and the opportunity actually to air what you're concerned about and the issues you're concerned about.
And we also caught up with CVL Srinivas, CEO Group M South Asia, who has been given the additional responsibility to lead WPP's businesses in India as a country manager.
In my new role, I'm going to work with all the WPP OpCos and ensure three things. One is obviously we work with the best clients. Secondly, we have the best people across the board. And thirdly, and most importantly, drive collaboration and ensure we all work together, to give our clients even more value. Over the last, I would say 2-3 years at Group M, we've driven a lot of collaboration across the WPP network because media somewhere is a common factor across clients, across other specialist functions as well. Somewhere there's always a media, data and an insight kind of a layer. So somewhere I guess more by default, we have spent a lot of time at Group M and me personally working very, very closely with other WPP OpCos. In a way, this is something which is kind of going to formalize that. And yes, we are looking at a few very specific initiatives where we can get some of our OpCos to collaborate a lot more closely and create value for clients. And like Sir Martin was mentioning today, a lot of our clients are actually pushing us to integrate our offerings and work a lot more cohesively as a group. So yeah, that's what I would do, and I guess it's part of my Group M job anyway, so the two work well together.
We wish him luck on his new role. Moving on, it is time for us to take a short break. On the other side of this break, we catch up with Carter Murray, Global CEO FCB, on FCB's plans for India. And on this week's notice board, we have the new TVC for Tata Salt.